It's astonishing, the hypocrisy in this family of Joe and Hadaza Lieberman. James Hampshire at firedoglake.com put this out today about Hadaza Lieberman. His wife is a compensated so-called global ambassador for the Susan G. Komen Fund for the Cure of Breast Cancer. Hadaza Lieberman gets paid money to be a so-called global ambassador for the Susan G. Komen for the Cure anti-breast cancer organization. It's the world's biggest breast cancer charity, Susan G. Komen for the Cure. It's put its considerable weight behind ensuring that any reform bill that comes out of Congress serves to improve the lives of their dependents. So why is Susan G. Komen for the Cure using donations that it takes in for a cure for cancer to pay the salary of Hadaza Lieberman, wife of Joe Lieberman, who has pledged to kill any health insurance reform bill containing a public option? Son of a bitch. How does this stuff happen? Huh? How does this happen? You really do need, Truth Seeker, to get in touch with the Susan G. Komen, K-O-M-E-N, for the Cure organization, and ask them to fire her. She's taking money. Now, I doubt if the organizing board of Susan G. Komen for the Cure, well, how could they not be aware? Why are they paying the wife of a man who is doing everything he can to bring about the deaths of Yahweh only knows how many more women, because they don't have a public option where they can get health insurance, which they don't have now, so they can get the mammograms, so they can get the treatments, whatever. Hadaza Lieberman is taking money that people are contributing to Susan G. Komen for the Cure. Hadaza Lieberman takes money and puts it in her pocket while her husband is busy at work in the Senate and on television and wherever he can put his bony ass, talking about how he is going to stop health insurance reform, especially the public option. How does this stuff come to be? Anybody got an answer? Hadaza Lieberman taking money that comes in the form of contributions to Susan G. Komen for the Cure about breast cancer. And her puke-ass husband is out there in the United States Senate saying, I'm going to do anything I can. I don't know. What am I going to do? I have to go home and ask Hadaza. I don't know what. You hypocritical bastards, both of you. Now tell me that Hadaza Lieberman doesn't know her husband's position on health insurance reform. Tell me that Hadaza Lieberman doesn't understand that Holy Joe has stated categorically he's going to filibuster against public option. He will not vote for it. He will join the Republicans. So why is Hadaza Lieberman taking money? God damn it, somebody give me an answer! Oh, my God. Hadaza Lieberman paid money while her husband is trying to kill the public option. Anybody want to explain that to me? See what I'm talking about? I told you. I got some stuff on the list tonight that, when I went through this stuff today, I just about lost it. What? His old lady is taking money that comes in the form of donations to pay her ass for what? While her husband works to kill a public option for women who can't afford on their own. Can you believe this? To get checked for breast cancer. How many people, when Holy Joe does his dirty, crappy-ass work, how many women are going to die of breast cancer because of this son of a bitch while his old lady is taking money from the Susan Komen for the Cure organization? This stuff is so over the top. I mean, how? You can't make this up. You cannot make this stuff up. His old lady sucks money off while Lieberman walks around the Senate strutting his bony ass, talking about how he is going to stop this nonsense. Public option? Oh, no. Have I had a heart attack yet, Kathy? I can't get my head around this stuff. Here's Lieberman with Bob Schieffer on the Face the Nation yesterday.
On one part of it, the so-called Medicare buy-in, the opposition to it has been growing as the week has gone on, and though I don't know exactly what's in it, from what I hear, I certainly would have a hard time voting for it because it has some of the same infirmities that the public option did. It will add taxpayer costs, it will add to the deficit. It's unnecessary. The basic bill, which has a lot of good things in it, provides a generous new system of subsidies for people between ages 55 and 65 and choice and competition. So, you know, Bob, I think we're at there are not 60 votes for health care reform in the Senate now.
Especially since you son of a bitch, said you told Harry Reid you'd filibuster. He doesn't want the 55 to 65 age group included to buy in to Medicare. How many women between 55 and 65 who do not have health insurance discover that horrible lump in their breast, which either may or may not be malignant, which is beside the point? If the woman has health insurance, she can immediately get it checked. If it is cancerous, she can immediately have procedure. She can get medication. But this son of a bitch, while his wife Hadaza sits on the board, or not on the board, but is compensated, paid money that comes in the form of contribution. You know, all the people who march. Susan G. Komen for the Cure. How many times have you seen it? The 3-day marches where you get pledges, raising money. And then Hadaza Lieberman sucks some of the money out, while her husband struts around the Senate saying he's going to kill that. And how many thousands of women with it, Joe? Here's Lieberman again.
But we've got to stop adding to the bill. We've got to start subtracting some controversial things. I think the only way to get this done before Christmas is to bring in some Republicans who are open-minded on this, like Olympia Snowe. I'll tell you.
Well, what do you have to do that?
You got to take out the Medicare buy-in. You got to forget about the public option. You probably have to take out the Class Act, which is a whole new entitlement program that will, in future years, put us further in the deficit. And you got to adopt some of the cost containment provisions that will strengthen cost containment that all of us favor. If you did that, you'd have an enormous accomplishment.
And a huge gift to the insurance and pharmaceutical industries just in time for Christmas. Right, Holy Joe? You hypocritical son of a bitch. What happens when Hadaza goes in for a mammogram and they tell her she's got a lump? What then, Joe? Huh? Your insurance kicks in, doesn't it? You got to take out Medicare, he says. You've got to forget about the public option. You squeamy bastard, you. Now, you Republican women who vote for other Republicans, hang your head in shame. Go ahead. What are you going to do, Miss Republican? If you vote for these swine and you don't have health insurance and they find the little lump in your breast, what are you going to do? Thanks to Joe Lieberman, if he gets his way, and he probably will because the Democratic Party is chock-a-block with cowardly bastards themselves. What are you going to do, Miss Republican, when you get the lump and you've been laid off and you tried to keep your insurance on Cobra and now it's gone and you had to choose between making the payments and buying food for your family because your husband's laid off too? What are you going to do, vote Republican again?